Hello, pirates of Skull and Bones. This is Night Fury coming in to showcase you guys the updated build that I had on my Hellepoorts that I posted a couple days ago. I've been seeing a lot of requests because I kind of increased the damage by a little bit. So back then I was hitting the target for about 301, 310 on average. An occasional 1 mil here and there because of the Iron Thunder. However, we bumped up the damage to almost, I would say, 450 to like 500,000 on average. So we're talking about a 150 to 200,000 bump of extra damage. So why not share it with the guys so we can beat up this game? Without further ado, this is our ship over there, the galleon. That's what I'm using, and we're gonna go over the loadouts. So our loadouts pretty much encompasses the heliports. Nothing has changed. We do have Adept Rupturing, double Adept Lethal as well, along with Lightning Strike. I need to update these guys, by the way. I need more of that red goo, the Abyssal Essence. So I'm currently farming it. We're gonna get there. Next is for the front, we have the Blightmaw. I picked this up because it has this perk called Caustic Ammo. I basically use this as my opener when I'm charging towards the target. And what this does is landing 15 hits in a single volley increases the weapon damage the target receives by 8% for 10 seconds. And if the target is poisoned, it bumps up to 12. More damage from all sources. So if this debuff is on the enemy, you will be hitting for 12% more damage, and that's not just like poison, that's everything. So it bumps up all of our damage. So why not use it, right? So that's what I have for the front. For the back, I do have the Lange Kartouwe. I'm only using it for the reason why it has the combustion, piercing, and noxious, and that's because he has synergism with our mastery point called Volatile Arsenal. And what that does is it allows us to gain an extra 15% extra damage, and I'll explain why when we get there. Okay, and we have the Nocturne Heart here as our armor. I have all the HP increasing ascensions. We do have Stout, Stalwart, and we did that because we want to make sure that we're over 75%. So the more HP that we have, it's a lot harder for the target to bring us down. So it gives us more chances to take advantage of this perk called Euphoria. Increase weapon damage by 50% while we are over 75% HP. The higher health, the harder it is for us to go down. In addition to that, we have soul mending weapons that keeps us up there non-stop. We're gonna follow it up with the severe damage removal, which basically, in case we do get severe damage, we can just automatically delete it every 7 seconds by just bracing. So keep bracing, people. Lastly, we do have the Spiritcaller. I use this because why not? Weeping Mother, right? And also it kind of brought me back to the past for how great this buoy is. Essentially what we do is we just stop them in their tracks for 50% less speed, and also the armor of 20% less as well. So it's kind of like having a piercing weapon almost by tossing this buoy and providing debuffing the enemy with this. So the less armor they have, the more damage that we do. So why not, right? So we have that, and then we're gonna go over the furniture. We do have the Hullmarker table. I believe from the recording of this video, I think we're on the second week of the second season in year 3. We have the Hullmarker table available from Blackwood. Please go get it. This is arguably the best major furniture in the game. Get 2 of them, and I already bought a couple of them, and I am not trading them. Maybe I will if there's more, but right now I'm just gonna keep them because I might need it for my other builds in the future. In any case, please get them. Next is the Caustic Spall. This is pretty much self-explanatory. Increase all your flooding damage for the first couple of lines over here, depending on their parameters. And lastly, we do when they are flooded, They increase all our damage by an additional 10%. Next is Gunpowder Bench. Everything's gonna be on fire, so let's blow them up some more. Increase that damage by 10%. Next is the Layden. Not only are we reducing the reload speed by 6%, we're also increasing all the damage when they get electrocuted. We do have some electric perks on this weapon, and we will be taking advantage of this 8% extra damage. Next is the Ramrod. Of course, decreased reload time is just a benefit of it all, and increase the secondary by 70%, just all across the board. Why not take it? Next is the Physician's Ledger. We have mending weapons, arguably the best mending furniture that we have here, up to 35% extra secondary damage, and also increasing the projectile speed. I'm big on the projectile speed because we have Iron Thunder. With nothing procs, we only have 3 seconds to go off like crazy. So that 3 second is very vital in regards to making sure that the weapons, our cannonballs hit the target as soon as possible. So we do not have any limitations on our projectile speed, by the way. Don't get confused with the Caustic Spall station's requirement of that 15. Yeah, once you get the 15, cool. You no longer have any more extra flooding damage, but you can still increase your projectile speed damage. So take advantage of this, okay? It just allows you to hit the target a lot more sooner than usual. And also on top of that, it allows you to accurately hit the target, because your cannonballs are not like, it's not like it's an insta shot. You know what I mean? You're not like lobbing the cannons. So that is that. We're gonna go over the mastery tree. We're gonna start off on the bottom left. For this one, we do have the reactive compounds. This pretty much encompasses all our elemental damage. Take the top, take the bottom. We're gonna hit the volatile arsenal. Going back to what I said with the Lange, we have burning, flooding, and combustions from our Hellepoorts. The Lange pretty much covers the piercing, combustion, and poison. Because all of our elements are covered, we take full advantage of this mastery. So we have a total of 30%, because 6 here and then times 5 is 30. And then we're gonna go round up all the way to the side over here. We have the burning damage, fill it up. Burning penetration, fill it up, along with the flooding damage, flooding penetration, lightning, and also lightning penetration. Get the battle tempo so that we have extra impetus points that allows us to have a little bit of a, I call it my insurance policy, to make sure we still have plenty left in the tank. I'll explain more in a second. Impetus order, we get this innately. And for this one here, Relentless Force. So every time we generate impetus, the more damage that we do by an extra 15%. So how do we do that? Reload speed. The faster we shoot the target, the faster we can generate impetus, the more the chances are we're gonna probably proc this thing, right? The same thing with this one here, Weakness Finder. Generating impetus. So how do we generate it? Through shooting the target. So the faster we shoot the target, the faster we can trigger this mastery. So for when this happens, again, weak point damage. So we have damage, we have weak point damage. And then for this one over here, this is my panic button. So whenever I reach 10 stacks of impetus, I pop my auxiliary. In this case, I do have my buoy. So I pop my buoy, and then for the next 8 seconds, I just go off. Everything is red. Everything is a critical strike. So going up on the mastery on the top over here, one thing is we got to cover all of our reload mastery over here. Reload speed rather, on our mastery. Then we're going to cover the rest over here. I'll explain more on the side here in a second. We're going to go all the way to the top, skip this. We're going to stop at the reload time. And we're going to go all the way on the other side, skip this as well, but we're going to stop here at the Deadeye. We're gonna go up the cover and damage over here, and we're gonna pick cover and projectile speed. And like I said from the very earlier, I said the faster the cannons hit the target, the faster, the more DPS I can do, and plus I feel like I'm more accurate because I'm not lobbing cannons, I'm just directly shooting at them. So this is it. I did skip, however, the 15% over here, so that's 15%. Oh, sorry, 30% loss, and then a 10 and a 10, so that's 50% less weapon damage. So basically, what that means is that my white damage is gonna be 50% less damage. Originally, I was hitting for about 62,000, I think, 65 around there. I am now down to like almost like 55 or so. It's a 7k drop off. However, I am getting over 200,000 or close to 200,000 red damage because of Deadeye. So I fill this all up on the side over here. There are 7 mastery points over here, totaling a 140% weak point damage multiplier. So that allows us to hit bigger numbers. You do have an option if you want to really want to grab this. You can sacrifice a few, but I feel like it's not worth it because I feel like the other points are more vital towards my build. So let's see how it performs in the water. So we're gonna check out Miss Li Tianning over here. This lady was my, and essentially she was my Ascension sugar mama. I farmed the heck out of her because if you guys must know, if you need Ascension mods, farm Li Tianning. She drops a ton of them whenever you open her chest, sometimes even more than what upgrade parts that she has. So we're gonna, basically our job right now is I'm gonna showcase you guys this. I want to do the Blightmaw first so I can actually see how much changes we have on our damage. So let me just hit 10 impetus real quick. Boom, this, and then shoot, and we're looking at 400, 500, 496 on average. That is the average damage that we have with the Blightmaw. So that is the clear difference between last video and this one. I'm gonna go kill, who do we have? Let's try the pest real quick. Can I travel? What's holding me up? Oh, we have a couple of friends here. Hang on. Sweet. Allows me to gain more impetus. Anyone else? Or are we done? I think we're quite done. Alright, so let's go and check out the pest and show you guys the capabilities of this build. Summon him. And where's my friend at? He's over there right behind us. Oh, he's coming. Just turning my ship around. And here he comes. I'm gonna open it up again with the Blightmaw and see the difference. I normally don't farm this guy because he takes forever to get here. And so we're looking at, after brace, about 300,000. Another one. 400,000 around there. So it's a lot better. Absolutely. Much better compared to last. 1.6 million there. That's a random hit. Yeah. So, yep. This is the build, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Come check us out on our Discord with the night crew. I do have my friends, Mr. Bicoastal, Fear What, Nuke Troop. They have their streaming platforms as well as YouTube channels as well. We pretty much like post videos, tutorial videos for new players and old players alike. Not old, but veteran players. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like or subscribe. I will be posting more videos of other builds. I do have some Rotmouth in store. I also have some Atmos. I did post an Atmos video on, I think, on our Facebook group there. I almost one-faced the Heralds of the Abyss, and I'm excited to show you guys that build. In any case, this is Night Fury. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please be creative. Show me some good stuff on this builds, guys. Have fun. Enjoy. Goodbye.